Oh no, did I just start recording? Oh, I did. I did just start recording. Okay, whatever. All right. Get your wings on. Get your wings on. Wings, wings, or get your wings on. What? Oh, snap. So, chicken wings. This is something I've wanted to try for a while. I've seen it floating around the old interwebs. It's supposed to be the best way to get super crispy wings out of your oven. So the big secret of this is supposed to be baking powder. Baking powder apparently does some crazy chemical reaction on the skin of the chicken, and where it super dries it out in the oven while it's cooking, and then these things come out super crispy. I love wings, and I want to make some wings, so let's check it out. The other big thing that everybody says is you're supposed to get baking powder, right? So we need baking powder, but we also need to make sure it doesn't contain aluminum. And this is the kind I had, and I almost used it. And then I read the ingredients, and it has sodium aluminum sulfate, and that's exactly what we don't want. You want baking powder that doesn't have aluminum. I'm guessing because if you use this, it'll probably leave an odd taste behind. But if you use the kind that doesn't have aluminum, in theory, you shouldn't taste this at all when you use it on the chicken. And this is the brand that I found at the store. I think it's pretty common. You should be able to get it anywhere. Just make sure you're using baking powder. Baking soda is different, and you do not want to use that. It will not work. It'll probably taste like shit. So, chicken wings. Hopefully this is the right thing. I don't know. I just got this from the store. Gotta cut it open and see what I'm working with here. So usually, when I'm working with chicken, I always like to rinse it off. Just because I'm not sure, I don't know. It's more of just a me thing. I don't know what's left behind on the chicken, from this packaging. It might be fine. I've never really looked it up. Kind of one of those things I'm not sure I want to know. But since this process of trying to get these wings super crispy, the important part of it is to making sure that the skin is super dry. Oh man, I'm gonna have to butcher these. Oh no! Well, I guess I'm adding a new part to the video. But like I was saying, you want to make sure the skin is super dry. So I guess it already is pretty wet. So I'm gonna rinse them anyway. Screw it. Yeah, it's all wet. I guess we're gonna learn how to cut up some chicken legs. Please don't. Probably have to cut that out. Alright, so I had to do a little quick pause there to mentally reset, because I wasn't really prepared to cut these, but that's all good. I guess we're gonna learn a little bit about chicken anatomy today. Ooh, just might need a little sharpening. Other side. The best tip I ever got about using these, well actually, let me back up. Because now I'm just gonna keep talking. These are actually different. This is a steel, I believe, and this actually has, I forgot the name of this. This is different. This has because I'm pretty sure it's diamond coated. So I believe, don't fact check me on this, but this one actually does more sharpening, and this one hones the edge. The difference is your knife blade edge over time can kind of kink over. That doesn't mean it's not sharp. It's just kind of bent over. The honing steel should bring that blade edge back into alignment. Well, this is actually removing material from the blade. And the best tip I ever got about using these is you just imagine yourself kind of just shaving off a thin layer of steel. And that's the easiest way, because it takes a little practice to kind of get used to it. I'm not good at it. So yeah, this thing is like a relic. It's my grandpa on my mom's side. These are his knives. Back to butchering some chicken. So I got my plate for any extra choppy bits, and I guess I'm just gonna go to town. It's been a while since I did this, but it's not too hard. For some chicken anatomy, for wings, right? When you have wings, there's two parts. There's a flat and there's a drumstick. So we have to butcher the chicken between its two joints here. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this. Usually you just try to get your knife in between the joint, but I'm not quite sure where it is. Sometimes your knife will just kind of find its way. This little bit, I'm just gonna throw away, obviously. It's not what we're looking for today. Oh no! Where's the bone? Ew! And that's why I'm gonna rinse them off. And you have to be careful too, because, you know, this is slippery stuff, and this is a crazy sharp knife. So I'm constantly on the verge of thinking I'm gonna cut my finger off. All right, let's see how we did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 wings? 16 wings! So I just did a quick rinse, about 4 times, you know, just pouring water over them, moving them around, and then emptying it. Now I'm gonna prep, I think that should be good. So now I'm going to prep an area to kind of dry all these off. I'm gonna probably use a buttload of paper towel. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna try to use this to dry them. This is just my baking sheet that I got with, also it has a rack. So I'm gonna try to use this also to cook them in. So I think I'm gonna start by just wrapping this thing in foil. It just makes cleanup way easier, because since I'll be cooking the wings on this rack, we're gonna get a lot of chicken drippings and grease drippings. Since I live in the shittiest, smallest apartment, the sink is so tiny. This pan is insanely hard to clean in this sink, because this is a sink that was produced to be the biggest pain in the ass for anyone living here. This sink is such a piece of crap, I can't even find a drying rack that fits in it. I've bought like 3 of them, nothing fits, and then I gotta return it. It's like these companies go to Kohler or wherever, and they're like, hey, can you build us the shittiest, smallest sink that has ever existed, and we'll give you like 10 bucks. And they're like, I got you, bro. Let me make a sink that will make your apartment living absolute hell. All right, so to dry these, I think, yeah, to start, I'm just gonna put a bunch of paper towel down. Oh, thank you, Kirkland. Your paper towels are so cheap and plentiful. Oh God, cutting that out. All right, so let's start drying these things off. So I'm gonna put the flats skin side down. Come on, buddy. All right, so we're just gonna pat them dry best we can. Moisture is the enemy in this recipe. I've never done this before. I'm literally flying at the seat of my pants, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out. Like most things, I've absorbed surface level knowledge via the internet. Now I'm just full sending this shit. All right, another sheet of paper towel. Just keep patting it dry. I don't know if this is a good idea, but maybe I'll try that. All right, I think I got these pretty dried up. Oh boy, ooh, be careful of that. Paper towel's getting a little sticky. We still got some other stuff to do yet, but for now, I kinda want to just kinda get this out on the rack, just to kinda let the air be able to circulate around it, maybe let it dry out a little more as I'm prepping the rest of my stuff. All right, so I'm gonna put this off to the side for now. Actually, and since we're probably gonna start baking soon, I'm gonna start the oven. So we're gonna start on low heat to start, and I'll get into why in a little bit, but we're gonna start at 250 degrees. So I'm preheating that oven. So baking powder, like we said before, no aluminum. This has got aluminum, this doesn't. So we're using this. Now I'm not quite sure exactly how much to use, but it seems like it's generally a ratio. I'm gonna mix more than I need, and then I'm going to just kind of add it and toss it and see, just try to eyeball to see how much it looks like I'm gonna need. So, so our ratio is gonna be 1 tablespoon baking powder, then half a teaspoon, half a teaspoon salt, tablespoon baking powder, half a teaspoon salt. So that's my ratio. So I'm gonna do 2 of these and 2 of these. Whoa. Eh. I'm stupid. After you've cleaned up all the excess salt you spilled all over the counter, just gonna mix it up. My hands are clean. Definitely cleaner than your hands. I'm definitely at that point where my hands are clean and I want my hands to stay clean, so I'm gonna use these the rest of the way. I'm not touching any more of the salmonella. I wanna just try a bag out. Whoop. So to start, I think I'm gonna just try to add maybe a quarter? Or maybe just sprinkle over the top here. That might have been more like a third, but I'm gonna try to keep a lot of air in there too, so I can get the chicken to bounce around a lot. Okie dokie, I think I'm gonna try to add a little more. I think I've used about half so far. I'll try that. We'll see how it goes. Oh crap. I'm gonna push all the chicken off to the side here, because there was one thing I wanted to do as well, and I was just grab some Pam, spray down my rack. Alright, just to recap, just so there's no confusion, I did use, in total, about 1 tablespoon and 1/2 teaspoon salt. 16 wings. What's really weird, and I just noticed it, I don't know if you can hear that. I hear like crisp, like popping noises. And there is a bit of a, an odd smell. It's baking powder, so try not to focus on that, because in theory, and if everything works like it should, there should be no odd repercussions. So we're just waiting for the oven to heat up. I think we're almost there. We're at the time where we're gonna start cooking it. We're going to first cook it at a very low heat. We're gonna start at 250 degrees for 30 minutes. So what that's gonna do, it's gonna help slowly render the fat on the chicken wings. Then we're gonna crank it up to 425 for 40 to 50 minutes. And what that's gonna do is like superheat them and get them crispy, in theory. So my oven's been heating up for a little bit, starting at 250. So I'm gonna go to I think I actually wanna go to the lower rack here. There we go. So I'm gonna set my timer for 30 minutes. I'm gonna check on them at 15. We'll see what they look like. And in between, I guess I'll just fucking clean up this mess. Ooh. All right, so we are just hitting the 15-minute mark. I don't want to open the oven because if I do, I'll let all that heat out and it doesn't look like it's rendering as fast. So I'm thinking, rotating the chicken might be more for the second part where we blast it with heat. So I'm just gonna leave them. All right, so that's been 30 minutes. Let's see how we're doing. Check it out, check it out. Okay. So I'm gonna reset this to bake at 425. Now I'm wondering if I should have rotated them, but I really didn't want to let the heat out. Well, I guess we'll figure it out. See how it goes. Now, we'll pop them back in, and I'm gonna put them on this higher rack. 425 at 40 to 50 minutes. I'm gonna just set it for 25, I'm thinking. And then I'm gonna check them in 25 minutes, keep an eye on them a little bit, and see if I need to rotate them. We're just fucking around, I don't know. It's just fucking wings. So we are at just almost 20 minutes out of the 25 I set, and I'm thinking I wanna rotate them now. Whoop. And we're gonna pop them back in. All right, let's see. So they've been cooking about 20 minutes. Put another 20 minutes in, and then we'll check them out in 20. All right, so they've been baking for 40 minutes. Well, let's check them out. Well, holy shit. These are looking crazy good. Oh no, it's stuck. I think I'm gonna let them cook for a little while longer. Maybe another 10, 20. I'm gonna set it for, say, another maybe 10 minutes, and we'll pop them back in, and we'll see what it's looking like. Oh, snap, it's been 10 minutes, my alarm just went off. All right. I'm looking at these, and I'm thinking maybe my oven was running just a little cool. I think I just want 10 more minutes, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it while they cook. Ten minutes are up. I tell you what, these things are looking pretty crispy. Taking them out of the oven, I'm just gonna let them sit for like another 5 minutes. All right, so it's been another 5 minutes just to let them kind of cool, and I'm actually really impressed just by looking at them. That's crazy. Like, even just feeling it, you can feel like it's like way more puffier. All right, let's check this out. That's pretty awesome. Well, holy crap. I suppose the next thing to do is toss them in your favorite sauce. You can just buy Buffalo Wild Wings sauce. You can just go into the store and just buy some. You might be able to buy it on Amazon as well. All right, well, let's put some sauce on these things. Oh no! Stopping me from wings. I guess I'll just kind of eyeball it. Maybe just a little more. Of course, nothing but the classiest paper plates here. Oh. Holy crap, even that little piece of skin was like super crispy. All right. Wow, that's pretty awesome. I guess if I have to do an overall criticism at the end here, I think I would have actually used less salt, because they do taste pretty salty. But the baking powder did exactly what it was supposed to. I mean, these things are like super crispy right out of the oven. Crazy. I can't believe it took me so long to do this. All right, well, thanks for hanging out. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, or don't, because I don't give a fuck. Just making wings. Do whatever you want. You're an adult. I bet the microphone is just like catching up all my weird smacking and chewing noises. Every time I go back and look at the footage, even when I do this, to me it doesn't sound very loud, but when you're looking at footage, it's so loud and annoying. I didn't realize how fucking hungry I was. Oh, I wish I had some ranch. All right, get out of here. Okay, so one final note before I end this video. So as I started getting into these wings with the sauce on, they seemed way saltier, but just eating a wing on its own was maybe a little salty. Going back, I probably would have cut out all the salt and just used the baking powder. And that because I also looked at this, apparently this is just fucking packed with salt as well. So maybe cut out the salt. That would probably yield a better result, especially depending on what you want to put on the wings. Okay, thanks, bye-bye.